Welcome to our 2023 Baskets of Fun Block of the Month. This is the April block. You can make a 10-inch finished block or a 5-inch finished block or both. For this block, you will need a light fabric, a medium fabric, and a dark fabric. It's time to cut. The pattern will be located at the end of the video. From a 7-inch strip of the light fabric, cut 2 rectangles that are 2.5 inches by 6.5 inches. And then take away the other half of the fabric so you only have one layer, and you're going to cut one square that's 7 inches by 7 inches, one square that's 5 inches by 5 inch. You will bisect this and you will only need one of the triangles. Then you will cut 3 squares that are 3 inches by 3 inches and one square that's 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches. From a 3-inch strip of the medium fabric, cut 3 squares that are 3 inches by 3 inches. From a 7-inch strip of the dark fabric, cut 1 square that is 7 inches by 7 inches and 1 square that is 2 7/8 inches by 2 7/8 inches. Bisect that square to get 2 triangles. While I'm still at the cutting table, I'm going to go ahead and cut the pieces for my 5-inch finished block too. Now it's time to piece. Unless directed otherwise, use 1/4-inch seam allowances. On the wrong side of the light 7-inch square, draw a line corner to corner. Place right sides together with the dark 7-inch square and sew a 1/4 inch away from the line on both sides of the center line. After you've sewn on both sides of the center line, cut on the drawn line and then press towards the dark fabric. Only one of these squares will be needed for this block. I will save my other square and use it in a future block. Once pressed, you will need to trim the square to 6.5 inches by 6.5 inches. While it's already close to the correct size, if you don't trim off the excess, it'll throw off the measurements just enough to make the rest of the pieces not work. So make sure to trim. Next, we're going to piece the small dark triangles onto the ends of the 2.5 inch by 6.5 inch light rectangles. Make sure you do them as shown. One will point one way, one will point the other way. When you're done, you're going to press towards the dark fabric. When I start sewing these seams, I always try to start with a flat edge instead of having the triangle go first because it's less likely to get sucked down into the bottom part of the machine. Next, we're going to be using all of the 3-inch squares of the medium and light fabrics. You can either draw a line corner to corner on the wrong side of the light 3-inch squares, or you can use the diagonal seam tape to help guide you so that you can sew on either side of the center line. You need to sew a 1/4 inch away from the center line on both sides. If you're enjoying our Block of the Month series for 2023 Baskets of Fun, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe so that you don't miss any of the blocks of the future. Once you've sewn on both sides of the center line, cut on the drawn line and you will have 6 half square triangle units. You will want to press these towards the medium fabric. I'm also working on my pieces for the 5-inch block. They're so cute and tiny. Trim the half square triangle pieces to 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches. While I'm still at the cutting table, I'm going to trim my pieces for my 5-inch finished block too. Now that I have all the pieces ready, I'm going to start putting the block together. I'm going to start by sewing the half square triangle pieces together for the left side of the big block. You'll want to make sure to piece them as shown, and they should all point the same direction. Next, I'm going to use the other 3 half square triangle pieces and the 2.5 inch square to make it for the top of the block. For the section that has the 3 blocks, you're going to press so that the white fabric is going towards the medium triangles. For the part that has the squares sewn on to the other end, you're going to press the triangle part the same, and then you're going to press towards the square. Piece the unit that has the 3 half square triangle blocks to the left side of the center square. The corners should nest together to make it easy to match up. Press towards the center square. When you piece on the unit that has the corner square, those pieces should also nest together to make it easy to match up. Before I press, I'm going to add the rectangle with the dark triangle sewn on the end to the other side. Start on the edge that's flat instead of the edge that has the triangle point hanging off the end. On the side with the rectangle, you will press towards the rectangle, and on the other side, you will press towards the center. Now we'll add the other rectangle with the dark triangle on the end to the other side of the block. Once you have it sewn on, you will press towards the rectangle. Before the corner triangle can be sewn on, you will need to trim away the excess fabric to create a straight edge. Place the ruler corner to corner, matching the ruler up to the corners of the light rectangles, and then trim off the excess. This step will help you get a nice edge so you have 1/4 inch seam allowances for the base of the basket. Center the corner triangle and sew into place. When you're done sewing, you're going to press towards the triangle. Trim the block as needed to measure 10.5 inches by 10.5 inches. The small block will measure 5.5 inches by 5.5 inches. I also have finished my Christmas versions in the 10-inch finished and 5-inch finished, and my red and white versions. Each version has their own bag that I'm storing all the excess fabric in, along with the blocks that I've made. A downloadable version of this pattern may be found in the Files section of our Facebook group called The Quilted Forest Friends. Or you can push pause and take notes, or take screenshots and print it at home. We're going to remind you to hit the like button, share with your friends, leave us a comment and tell us how you're doing on your blocks, and subscribe so that you don't miss any of the future blocks. Thanks for watching and happy quilting!